Hi guys, welcome back to Duneske for what I hope will be a relatively quick video. I've just realised I've got a couple of few things open that I don't really particularly want open at the moment. Just gonna set that to the camera. So as you can see, I've been quite busy since, well, this was pretty much all on Friday night because I didn't sleep and I wanted to watch Bob Ross do things, so I decided to watch Bob Ross do things and pretty much get all the fields into the map. All of them. I'm not 100% sure about these guys down here. They might go, but I'm not sure. Also, I've upped the gamma on... I've fiddled some settings, so hopefully this video shouldn't be destroyed by the deadly combination of Sony Vegas being a twat and YouTube encoding. But what I've done is, as you can see, all the fields are in. They're all in the correct positions as they are in real life. If I get this map, or this sign up, which sounds strange, this is my map. You can see if I just flick it up and down, the fields are in correct positions. Some of them have had to be cut, and I've done a 15-meter radius cut around all the fields. So, ooh, except this one. I've just spotted this one now, so I can kind of show you what I was doing. Let's set the radius of 15. Go down here to the foliage layer and terrain detail. I've also, if you spotted it there, that's how I get the fields to have a border. I have also put the chopped straw mod in, and so that's going to be a requirement for the map when it is released. Just doing some touching up work now around what I did. Just gonna touch this up a bit. Field details are still kind of gonna be done at a later date, at a later point. But for now, the main thing is the fields are in position in kind of a primary condition. Just so that... Oh, I'm covering that up, lovely. Somebody just signed into Skype and I've realised I put my webcam over it. Ha ha ha. The fields are in position. I'm quite pleased. I have started, if I bring this up... Oh, because I'm still in this. I have started literally about 10 minutes ago doing a road system, which I probably shouldn't have moved it down because now I'll never get back into the right place. As you can see, these are all the bits of road that I'll be using. If I just select the sign here again. I got the road construction kit off Mod Hoster, so this is all kind of messy. But this is the road system I'll be using. I know there are a lot of kind of German style roads. Fortunately for me, the area I am doing doesn't actually have any main road. I'm gonna say main road. Doesn't have any. Yeah, main road crossroads. The only ones. I'm gonna put my hair back in a ponytail because it's annoying me the way that it is. Yep, totally need to do this on video because why not? So the main roadway, the two-way roadways, you can see there, they don't have any crossroads with each other on this map. It's just one main road passing through, and it'll come along here, and if I zoom out a tad, come along here and down here and kind of go off over this way somewhere. And you see this gap here, because I can remember, I can remember aspects. This here is going to be a railway line, so I might put some sort of freight yard down here and try and get the train to go along the tracks. That's going to be fun. That's going to be real fun trying to make a nav mesh for that. Or nav splines, I guess. I don't know if it's possible. I do know that it is... Well, I know it's possible from Sosnovka, but I don't know if it's possible in Giant's Editor. Yeah. One thing I should note, and I didn't actually know this when I did the Gold Edition DLC Spotlight. If you pre-ordered it on Steam, number one, you probably already know about this. But number two, you actually get, as a PDF, Farming Simulator modding for dummies. And it is located, if I can get the... Yeah. It is located in your Steam apps, Common, Farming Simulator 15, SDK, which apparently I already had Giants Editor, which I didn't know. It's located right here in Modding Handbook in English, French, and German. As well as a bunch of other modding related stuff, which is lovely. I don't know what the Giants SDK panel is. I'm going to play with that later, I think. But yeah, this is just kind of a video to show off the fields. I'm going to select the camera again so that it gets out of the way. So as you can see, there is a really big array of fields here. Really nice. And this was kind of unintentional, to be quite honest. Really nice difference in sizes and whatever. So you got this big field here. This one here is probably just about as big. And then you got really small ones like this one, this one, this one. I guess this one, these 4 or 5 over here. This little section's quite small, and then you got the really small fields if you want to use some classic equipment. I will probably put a farmyard up here for that purpose, because I know I personally love using small equipment, and the small farms pack is being released soonish, I think. I know it's in final testing at the moment. That's about it. So I'll probably put a small yard up here just so you can use the small farms pack if you really want to. One thing I'm really, really, really dreading, and I'm being honest here, I'm dreading hedges. Because each and every one of these fields has a hedge border. Every one of them. I actually, some of these fields are actually split along the middle, I think. I might have resplit these three, but I think in reality, some of these fields, this one here, is actually 3 fields with a fence border in the middle. Decided to make it just the one field, and a lot of these are kind of 2 or 3 or 4 fields, split by little fence lines. Decided to make them full fields just because I didn't want to be faffing about with a fence line. But every one of these fields is going to have hedges. Every one of them. What I've also done, and I can't quite show you a way out here, is if I go into foliage detail paint and go up to grass, I think it's 4 and 5. That's not it. It's 5 and... Is it just 4? Is it just 5? Just 5. I put a cut grass texture in. So that is actually what I see in the springtime, or just after silage. This is Cut Grass V2. I downloaded FFS UK. That'll be staying in the map because I actually really like that grass texture. It's a lot yellow than the one I've seen the most. I think that's a lot more fitting. I have also, as a result, changed the... Oops. Must be just 6 then. Changed the grass texture. I'm kind of thinking... This is the same grass texture that's used in Colborough Park Farm. Kind of thinking that looks a bit bright still. Let's see what it looks like against the grass background, because this is the way... No, that's about right. It's the grass texture from Colborough Park Farm. And that was as part of the cut grass texture pack that I downloaded. In... I think wheat I've changed the texture of... Yeah, I've changed the texture of wheat. So it's 7. Nope. 4. Nope. 4 and 5, I think, maybe. Nope. I've forgotten how to do this. 5 and 6. There we go. Wheat, I've got a new texture in, so I'm... I know that Pedro was talking about this is going to kill frame rate. Kind of agree. As you can see, I've actually got the game playing, so let's throw a whole bunch of wheat down here and see what happens to my frame rate. I am playing with a 980, so yeah, it's actually killing my frame rate even with... Well, still at a solid 60, amazingly. I've got a whole bunch of times, 3 time, density 3 wheat here. How much do I need to put down to really get a frame rate hit? Let's just... It's tanking the frame rate now because I was putting a bunch down. Let's zoom in. And it's not actually affecting my frame rate. It only actually affects my frame rate when I'm putting it in, and that's like quite a lot of wheat there. That's genuinely amazing. I know it looks like I've just deleted the fields. That's a weird glitch in Giants Editor. They're still there. One thing I should note is I actually flattened this map. As you can see, the hills are back. Or as far as you're aware, the hills never went away. I actually flattened the map completely to do the fields, because the way it was quite difficult. Because I was trying to deal with the hills and drawing field borders at the same time. What I did was I flattened the map to a level of 53, just using the replace brush, which is here. I'm not going to set that as a brush, because that'll screw with things. So you use the replace brush at 53, and kind of, this is almost easier. This is almost best to do before you start doing the DEM and everything. Replace brush 53, flatten the map, put your fields in, then swap in your DEM again. Giants Editor will automatically make the fields conform to the land, which is beautiful. There is a funny thing where I'm gonna do this and not save. I'm gonna save the map before I do this, in fact, just so it doesn't screw up too much. There is a funny thing where it does look a bit like, yeah, oops, ruined the field here. But then if I were to go to foliage or terrain detail down here, just we'll say do a tiny little dot here, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here, here. Giants Editor will it's just a visual thing when the fields disappear like that. It doesn't actually affect the. You can even delete bits and it'll fix it up nicely. It doesn't affect the field at all. Does not affect a thing. Now I gotta find that bump and get rid of it. Oh, we're not now because I've made a big divot. Let's smooth it out and see what happens here. My middle mouse not set to. So yeah, Giants Editor. It seems really. It's you know, the learning curve at the start is quite dense, but once you start getting the hang of it, and that's the divot gone. Once you start getting the hang of it, it's actually kind of, it becomes second nature surprisingly quickly. Those look like they're offset now for whatever reason. What's that little shiny? Oh, it's a field by trigger. Hello. Yeah, I just wanted to show off that the fields are all in. You'll get another video on Friday, and hopefully I'll have the roadway in. And maybe the railway line as well. Unfortunately, this is the quickest the map is ever going to progress. I think from now on it's going to be very detailed work, getting the hedges in and fiddling the fields and getting the roadway right and getting the railway right, and then finally putting in the farms themselves, and finalising all the fields and stuff, and then working on working on playability and testing. So that's, I didn't mean to save that. Nuts. Well, I've got to try and fix that field myself now. Oops. I can't even remember what field I fiddled. Oh, well, that's going to show up in testing anyway. Or when I'm doing detailed work, I guess. So yeah, I still don't have any grass in anywhere. I will be putting it in with the hedges. When the hedges are going in, I'll be putting in some grass into these areas, so it's B5 and 6, I believe. Just 6, you twit. So the grass will be going in here like this, and kind of just filling up the gaps between all the fields so that it looks nice and pretty, and feels like it's a real farm, I guess. And I'm one of those map maker. I'm one of those people who, as a map maker, is evil. Think of me as the Vex of Farm Sim, I guess. because I will just do things that are wrong and evil in every way. Like, I might make... What's the smallest field on this map? That one's probably going to go just because it looks weird. I might make, you know, this field up here your starting field and seed it in... seed it in wheat. So if I do 6 here and just seed it in... Oh, it's 5 and 6. Seed it in wheat like that. And over here and then round, and just have a wheat field over here, and your main farm's off over there somewhere, so you'll have to come across the entire bloody map to get it. And that's the kind of thing I would do, but I think I might try and be nice at the same time. Although this field would probably be one of the starting fields just because it's so small. I might have the main farm up here somewhere and just have this small cluster as your... not the entire cluster, but some of them as your starting fields. There's probably some wheat left here, is there? No. But you know, this cluster up here, this one, maybe these two as well, and this one. Because I'm thinking of making these 4 fields separate, so this one will be, you know, grass or something, and one of these up here, where is it? Yeah, I think one of these up here is going to be the cow area. So I'll have the nav meshes and all in for that, and the cows and stuff, and I have pigs and stuff as well. I've got stuff that I want in the map in my head, I just don't know where it's going yet. So, you know, I do have a bit of a plan up here, and it's going to take shape over the next few months, probably. But yeah, I'm hoping to get it all done by March-ish, at the latest, hopefully. It might stretch on a bit longer than that, depending on the other projects I keep talking about. And I actually want to take this opportunity, and I know I'm heading towards 20 minutes, deal with it. I want to take this opportunity to thank, and I'll do it again at the end of the month, the end of November. There was no donation thank you video for October because there was literally like I opened donations like a week before the end of October, so the only donation I got in October was from Summer Raven, and it was in my mind just mind-blowingly generous for me to see that. I want to thank you very, very much for the donation, and I may well check out your recommendation as well if you're watching. That really just silenced me for a good 10 or 15 minutes when I saw that come through. And I'll thank you again at the end of November. I didn't want to do an October donations video because I didn't see the point in, you know, opening something up and then a week later saying thank you to the one person other than me testing the system who donated. Because yes, I did donate to myself to test the system. I donated myself the minimum of €1. It's the done thing, apparently, is everybody tests by donating €1 to themselves, or £1 or $1 or whatever. If you live outside of Europe, you can still donate the euro. It'll just... I think it's a reasonably good exchange rate if you do want to donate. I think it's like whatever exchange rate it is on the day you donate is what the exchange rate is. And all donations will be used for channel and channel related things. I've got plans and I really need money for them. I priced one of them out as like €300 for one of my very weird, but fairly predictable but kind of convoluted plans, I guess. But that would be for like... actually tell you, I want to start up a server, and the first purpose of the server, because I'm not planning on opening it for a while, the first purpose will be a Duneske test, because I want to test it in multiplayer when the map is done. And it's going to be probably a 12 slot server, and I want to try and see if I can get a TeamSpeak or a Mumble or something going as well, so that you know, the testing guys, and I'll be one of them, I will be on the map fairly regularly testing it and trying to fix everything. which is gonna be fun. I do want to, you know, have some of you guys, because I don't know in real life. I don't actually know anybody who plays Farm Sim, so I'll be using you guys as testers and probably put up a, you know, thread on FSUK. Once the map is a bit closer to completion, a whipped thread and ask for testers in there. But if I do choose you as a tester, consider the map a private mod until it is actually released, and I will destroy. And I will come down hard on anybody who actually leaks the map, because until the day it's up on FSUK, because that's where I'm probably going to release it, until that day it is a private map. It is not for distribution. I will shun whoever, anybody who leaks it, including people from FSUK. I will find out who did it, and I will release the names of who is terrible at keeping things a secret. I know I'm putting this up on YouTube, but until the map is released, it's private. Very much so. Right now it doesn't even work. I say that, it works in Giant's Editor and in-game. There's no shop, there's no anything, so if you get rid of the default vehicles, which some idiot did, get rid of them, you're kinda stuck. But, yeah, I did put in, there we go. Did put in chop straw mods, so we got chop maize, oh, yeah, I got chop straw, that's still straw because I didn't do that. Chop straw, that's still straw somehow. Oh, that was barley straw. Chopped canola, that's exactly what I did wrong. And chopped maize, and to be honest, the chopped maize texture kind of goes with the maize texture I've chosen in general, which that works. It actually works really well. That's the first time I've seen the two of them sat beside each other. Yeah, I'm quite pleased there. Especially this maize texture, and that's actually unedited density, so that's like default Giant's density, which actually works quite well with this texture. Gonna have to get rid of the chopped straw stuff now. There we go. So I'm going to be adding in things like extra foliage layers and stuff for detailed work around the fields and whatever. I'm going to be filling up. That looks so stupid. Actually, RAINBOW DAVE. They always say you should sign your maps and stuff, so just done a Bob Ross. It's not finished, but I'm signing it. And oh, that looks actually quite cool. I am actually kind of tempted to just in the corner of one of the fields here, just kind of hide a signature, like reduce this down to the minimum size, go on to the terrain detail and just go like, oh, that looks terrible. Just go like RD in the corner of one of the fields in tiny letters, if that's even possible. I'm gonna see. So it'll be like over here somewhere. I'll just do like, just try and hide a signature in something. Might be there, might be somewhere else, but I won't be showing it in any videos. And that'll be kind of an Easter egg of the map. It's just there is a signature hidden somewhere, find it. So yeah, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time on this, and this is kind of something that I do extra to videos, so the videos will be coming first and Duneske work will be coming second, because videos kind of take a lot more time. Well, videos don't take as much time as the map will, but on a per video basis, it's pretty much 3 hours now to do one video, including rendering, because rendering's being a douche. And this is going to be the first test of the modified settings I have for OBS. So why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Stop doing this. Why are you doing this? I'm smoothing the field. Stop smoothing the field. You can do that later. There we go. That looks really bad. Just try and smooth this bit out a bit. I think in reality it is actually kind of bumpy, but it does look really bad in GE. Oh, now I gotta fix this bit over here. Just making things worse, aren't I? How's that? That looks okay. So yeah, I've got... I just saw my signature over there. I was like, what? Oh yeah, bug. That is... I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. Gee, shows you where you've deleted stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the current state of the map, and I know it's progressed significantly since you guys last saw it. For me, it hasn't progressed much because, well, I only started doing the roads today, and probably will like stop on them tomorrow again, or just stop tomorrow again and do some more videos, because I have to get Thursday's video recorded yet. Oops. And oh, I'm never gonna get these back into the right places, am I? Have I tilted this? No, I didn't. Good. Just had that horrible feeling that I tilted a road, which would mean I would never, ever, ever be able to get it back into the right spot. So, yeah, this is gonna be my life for a while, I think, is just fiddling the road system a bit. I'm gonna try to have traffic on, but I don't know how the splines are gonna work. I haven't quite fiddled around with them like ever, so the road system may or may not have traffic. If I've succeeded in learning splines, not only will it have traffic, but the train will be following the tracks. If not, well, nuts. I'm gonna see if I can get a kind of a custom train to follow the tracks as well, because I'd really really love to have an Irnodaran train on this map, and just see if I can reskin the default Giants train into some sort of Irnodaran colours. Which would mean a lot of work in GIMP. What do I have open in GIMP at the moment? Ah! This is a DEM. This is what the DEM actually looks like in GIMP. The actual DDS. So it looks genuinely terrifying. Why is the brush size set to maximum? Looks genuinely terrifying. But yeah, that's what Giants Editor reads and turns into this. Hilly mess with Rainbow Dave written out. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching and listening to my rants. Seriously, I don't know how I get any videos done with the amount of ranting I do. Until Friday, when I'll be back in Duneske and hopefully have some rudimentary road system on the go. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you then. Stay safe and goodbye.